Hey my friends, welcome back to a new video today. I want to talk about abundance to you. If you're watching this video, if you've came across this, it's a sign that things are manifesting for you. That your vision, your dreams are about to come true. And a part of you already feels this. A part of you already feels that it's coming. The thing is, as Rumi said, as you start to walk on the way appears. It's like we don't know how it will happen, but we just feel it will happen, right? You've done a lot of inner work, a lot of healing. You've done a lot of the healing when it comes to judgment. Something I've recognized in my life is that when I've started manifesting first abundance, let's say, when I had a certain idea of what abundance means to me. And I think after 1.5 years, I've started manifesting this kind of abundance. I've recognized that it happened because I knew it would happen. I just knew. I've changed my belief systems from my childhood programming, where I was taught that, in order to be rich, you need to have a certain type of education, you need to have a certain specific job that is paid well, that is valued, and then you can be rich. Which means if you don't have it, you can't be rich. You will live an average lifestyle. And I never believed this thing, so I always felt like I will find my own way. And many of you are feeling like this as well. If you're resonating with this, it's most probably that you're finding your own way, that you are walking your own path, and therefore path is constantly appearing in front of you, reassuring you that it's possible. And sure, this path has challenges that are manifesting from your own judgments towards things. And usually, if you want to have a lot of abundance in your life, you firstly need to move through a great phase of poverty and then learn to stop judging it. Because once you stop judging poverty, the poverty teaches you that there's already something presented to you that you could use, and if you use it to the best of your abilities, you can create abundance out of it. And therefore, poverty is always teaching us to use what we have and do what we can with it. That is the purpose. The only purpose of poverty is to teach us that we don't need anything that is not present yet in order to create what's not present yet. We actually need what we already have, use it, and create what we want to see. And I will use an example of art, as you're watching one of my paintings today. When I've started painting, I had no money. I had almost nothing. Me and Maya, my partner, just came from our life trip. We went to travel with an intention to travel as long as we find out what we truly want to do with our life. So we've spent all of our money. We're broke. We're sleeping in our car. And then we really started experimenting with these universal laws, and many interesting things started happening to us, to the degree that I really started to feel like I need to start painting, I need to start doing this. And then, through different synchronicities, we got back home and I've started painting. So when I've started painting, I had zero money. And I was wondering, how could I start painting without having money to afford the equipment? So I've started looking around me, what could I use? Paper, cotton sheets that I had at my home. I could use some wood that I had at my home. Maya's father helped me to, create first wooden frames on which we've stretched cotton sheets by Maya's grandma to create first canvases. And that's how I've started. I bought the cheapest possible colors, and with them I've learned to paint. So then when I've showed up, I always say to you, if you show up, the universe will meet you on the same way, and it will help you, it will support you. Like the great quote from the book The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho, an incredible book. says that when you know exactly what you want, the whole universe conspires to make it happen for you. So when I've started working on this, when I've created actually my first paintings, they were not so good, but I thought maybe I can sell them for a little money. I put them on some sites where people are selling used products, and I've actually sold them to, I think, one bar, or I think it's a bar. Bought my first few paintings for around 30 to 50 euros. And for me back at that time, it was enough to buy new colors, buy some brushes, reinvest into it, and learn more, right? I've noticed, okay, if I sell my paintings for a little money, I can reinvest back into colors. And I've noticed, okay, the universe is supporting me. And then I said, I want to take it to a bigger level. Like, I want to make some real money with it. And for that, I need to have a company, right? I want to be like an entrepreneur. And again, synchronicities happen. And I've met a mentor that helped me to take this journey further. And it just happened that that mentor had a friend who was an artist and who was collaborating with one gallery. So she provided me a number of the manager of that gallery. I called her and she helped me to have my first exhibition and so on. And that's how we know that the universe supports us, where things are almost effortlessly aligning. And by effortlessly, I don't mean there's not much work involved. Like, I was working on it all day long, every single day, all day long. I was just painting and recording videos. Sometimes I'm still using these old videos in my new videos, like these old paintings in my new videos. Because even back at that time, I had no idea I will be doing what I'm doing now here on YouTube for you. A part of me knew that it's coming, and I just felt a need to record each of my painting. So when it comes then to abundance, it comes to the knowing that the universe is supporting you. And every time you feel that something has a great potential, something has an extraordinary possibility, if you really start working on it and keep the persistency going, it will eventually turn into an effortless flow. And that's the moment when you recognize that as you start to walk on the way appears, as Rumi said. And this is very, very powerful. So if you feel like something big is about to happen for you, it's a sign that large sums of money are coming to you. They're about to support you. The problem people have with abundance is that they think they should just have it without doing anything. They think they should just have it, so they are constantly in this need of having it. And neediness is the biggest problem, because it puts us into a state of energy, into a state of vibration where we're constantly radiating not having it. And when we are radiating not having it, obviously what we get mirrored back to us is the result, not having it. Look, it's not here yet. That's what you're vibrating in. So Neville Goddard was teaching this law of assumption, which is, I think, one of the most powerful concept when it comes to manifestation. He said, assume the feeling of your wish fulfilled and observe the route that your attention follows. So it means that you need to assume the feeling of abundance even before it manifests physically. It helps you align your reality with your desires. And when I was at the beginning of that journey, I just felt something big is about to happen with it, and I had no idea how, but I felt this. I felt it is coming. So I was just deeply attracted to people who were abundant, who were millionaires. I love to read books by big entrepreneurs, billionaires, and I loved listening interviews with people who were millionaires and billionaires. I was just attracted to it because I felt like I need to learn in what kind of energy they are. I need to learn how they're thinking. I need to learn how they're responding to circumstances. I need to learn what's their secret. And most of them just said it's consistency. It's perseverance. It's just knowing it will work out. It's listening intuition and knowing that your inner wisdom knows much better than your intellect. So I felt, okay, if I follow my painting instinct, something big is about to happen. And then all great things like YouTube channel started growing. We're already on almost 500,000 of subscribers, and it's incredible when you start following this. When you start following this knowing, and you keep going forward, even when nothing seems like working out, that's when you're actually writing a script in the unseen realm of possibility for a new life that you're creating. I'm grateful to all of you supporting this, and all of you are a part of this manifestation for me, and it's always win-win because when I share something with you, you can gain value from it, and also I gain value from it. So that's the power when you collaborate with the universe. It always puts you into a position of win-win, like you grow with doing it and someone else grows by coming across you. And therefore, you become a very, very valuable source of maybe wisdom, maybe inspiration, maybe something higher that was not present before, like an artist that brings something into this realm of third dimension that was not present before. You start collaborating with this stream of creation, and that is the most abundant stream there is in this universe. So when you start collaborating with this stream of creation, and you work on your mindset so you stop judging things, you learn to identify your limiting beliefs and start erasing them, replacing them for more abundant ones, something I also want to talk with you later. You really start dancing on this sound of life where abundance starts streaming to you in all the directions. And we need to know that abundance is not always money, like what I found out at the beginning of my journey. Abundance it hasn't come to me through money. It came to me through ideas. It came to me through mentors. It came to me through books and incredible information about the nature of reality, the nature of this universe. And it came to me through this power that I feel that I have to just persevere, even though my mind can judge circumstances as good or bad. My heart just feels I need to keep going. And I was blessed with this creative mind of incredible imagination, and I see it as abundance. So you need to recognize what you have been blessed with already and see it as a source of abundance, because through it you will bring more abundance into your life. These are all the signs that abundance is coming. You recognizing what is already in abundance in your life. Maybe you have an abundance of intellectual ideas that you could put together into a book or videos, storytelling, whatever. Maybe you feel that you have abundance of kindness, abundance of compassion, and you just need to figure out how could you teach that? How could you bring more of it to the world? Like one thing I'm constantly reminding my partner, Maya, she's a natural communicator. She's a natural bringer of sunshine to any person she meets. And I'm constantly reminding her, hey, you should teach this to other people, because so many people are lacking this skill or this natural gift, and she has it in abundance. So once we figure it out, we can recognize, well, I could actually serve such a great mission with this. And when we start feeling the possibility of it, we already plug ourselves to this stream of abundance. So it's another sign that a lot of abundance is about to enter your life. Paramahansa Yogananda said, "The soul has been given its own ears to hear things that the mind does not understand." So you need to learn to listen with your heart, to listen with your soul. What is truly your mission here? What you've been truly, why you've been placed here. And to understand that this is a very natural talent of yours. This is a natural gift. You've come here with this. It's like before you came into this third dimensional realm, most probably you've been laughing at this place and thought like, oh, I want to go down there because it feels so fun and interesting. And I will bring this. You as a soul, you've been most probably thinking like, I'm very creative, or I see these people are lacking some of, I will use this example. These people are lacking some of creativity. They're so closed-minded and so lost in their belief systems. I will go down there and I will keep one thing for sure, which is an open mind. So I will get down there with this key of open-mindedness, and whatever will come through me, I will just share it with others. I will find a way, figure it out, how to share this open-mindedness with others. And, well, the only way that I'm doing it right for me needs to be the way that I'm supported for that. So that's how I will create a contract with the divine, that if I'm doing it right, I will feel supported. Supported the way that I will know I can keep doing it. Like when I've started painting, for example, I haven't just received millions of dollars or euros when I've started, but I received enough to keep going. And I kept receiving enough to keep going with it. And, when you recognize this, when you actually shut off your ego, like, oh, I should already be a millionaire or whatever, because you've seen someone else already being where you want to be, you need to recognize, are you supported already to keep going with what you're doing? And if you find out that you're not, you need to ask yourself, are you truly using what you have to the greatest of your abilities to make it happen? Or is there laziness that is preventing you? Or maybe the lack of knowledge that is preventing you? Or your own ignorance that is preventing you from really keeping up, going forward? Well, the thing is, quantum physics have this theory of superposition. It's actually the truth. It's not the theory anymore. It was proven being the truth, the act of an observer, or the observer effect. In quantum theory, particles exist in multiple states simultaneously. It's called superposition until they're observed. Once they're observed, they collapse into a specific state. This suggests that reality, including wealth and abundance, is full of potential until the observer, you, focuses attention on one outcome. So it means that once you really focus on the specific outcome, not as it is lacking, as it's not present yet, but as you know it's coming, you will start seeing signs and synchronicities that a lot of abundance is actually coming into your life because you are focusing on it. You're not in poverty state anymore. Now you know that abundance is your birthright. When I've started doing that, what started happening firstly was I've started seeing what was a symbol of abundance for me. So as a little kid, I loved cars. I was very enthusiastic about it. I was drawing them, and that's how I've actually was practicing my drawing. I was drawing cars. My father was passionate about it. My older brother is passionate about it, and I was just influenced by this. So I loved all kinds of different cars. like Porsches, Ferraris, Lamborghinis, and so on. I love the forms, the structures, the details, and that's what I was drawing all the time. So later, when I've started tapping into these frequencies of abundance by knowing I deserve abundance, like I will make my life abundant, first thing that started happening was I've started seeing these cars all around me. Then I've started meeting people who are in that state of abundance. Some have been millionaires, some have been successful entrepreneurs. And I've noticed, okay, these things were not happening to me before. And when I've started really trusting and knowing that I deserve abundance, and abundance, I already feel abundant. Like, look, great ideas are finding me. Look, I'm finally being free of my job. Now I'm running my own company. I'm doing my own thing. Now I feel free. I feel abundant. And more I was, focusing on that, more I was noticing where this stream of abundance is taking me. I've noticed I have abundance of creative ideas. I have abundance of visions, like something is just coming through me. Like I would be channeling incredible visions that can turn into art, into paintings. And that's what started happening. So I just looked at all of that as a stream of abundance. Like think about you. What is coming to you in abundance? What is coming to you? If you really ask your heart, what is coming to you in abundance? Do you have incredible ideas for songs, for writing songs, for making music, for, I don't know, maybe trading, cryptocurrency, whatever feels so free and natural to you is coming to you in abundance. Whatever speaks to you, whatever puts you into a state where you almost feel like you need nothing else. You could just do it all day long. This is what puts you into a state of abundance. And when you're doing more of it, more frequently, you just tap higher and deeper into a frequency of abundance. So your thoughts and emotions get more synchronized. And the thing is, when you start feeling more abundant, you're essentially collapsing the abundance, the possibility, out of the field of infinite possibilities. Your thoughts, beliefs, and emotions can energetically influence reality at the quantum level. And that's how you effectively start shifting toward abundance. This is the law of resonance and frequency. When you embody feelings of abundance, like knowing, oh, this is coming to me in abundance, and when I'm doing it, like when I'm painting, I feel rich with life. I feel rich with life. It just puts me into a vibration that feels like I am already infinite being. Everything is in abundance in my life. Even if reality is not matching that yet, I just know it will happen. And that's what helped me to get out of this state of lack. When in the past I was paying bills and I felt this sense of fear and guilt because, you easily spend most of your money just for paying that. I went back to painting, and it just felt like I've immediately forgotten about it, and I got back into a state of gratitude. So then I thought, what if I would be able to pay these bills with this same sense of gratitude, and therefore I could rewire my brain so I would not be afraid of these things anymore. And when I go to buy groceries, could I tap into this same state of gratitude so I would not be afraid of paying anymore, of giving money away? I could actually give it freely away. And I could practice this and make it a habit out of it to rewire my 6 million year old brain to more abundant and coherent machine. And we can all do this. So now, for example, when I'm paying something, I naturally feel gratitude for it. I just get reminded to feel grateful so I can give it away, so I can support someone else. And it's just a practice. And when we start practicing this, a feeling awakens within us. And that feeling is already a resonance with the future where we already have it. It's truly not in the future, it's just a potential that you feel. It's like you would be feeling a parallel version of yourself living a reality of your dream. You're tapping now into that version of yourself, and more frequently you're doing it, more your energy is matching with the energy of that other you until you become that other you. Once you become it, your reality will just mirror back to you these things, and in between there are synchronicities. And Carl Jung said something very interesting about synchronicities. He said, synchronicities and the amount of synchronicities we experience in our daily life actually tell us the level of our consciousness, how much we're evolved on this path of individuality. And individuality doesn't mean that you become egoistic, like I'm this great human being. It means that you become aware that you are the creator here. You individually become aware that you're the creator here, and you become aware that your DNA is completely unique. No one else has a DNA that you have. You have a very, very unique genetic makeup. No one else has it the way you have it. And therefore, whatever you will create here, whatever you will do, will happen uniquely, authentically through you. No one else can create what you can create. And this is the high level of individuality, embodying this and mastering you, mastering yourself, mastering your soul calling, the awareness of your intuition and your soul calling, the inner compass, mastering the following to your inner compass, embodying your gifts, talents, and natural capabilities you've been born with. In third dimension, we just need to go through the process of learning. Like Aristotle was talking a lot about this in his more metaphysical subjects. He actually has written 15 books, or maybe even more, about metaphysics, very precise ones. He was talking that man can be born with gifts and talents, but then it depends on his habits if he will actually evolve these gifts. So man is a product of his habits rather than his talents and gifts. So the purpose here is to really recognize our talents, recognize our gifts, and then make constructive habits out of them. So every single day we keep nurturing them, nourishing them, building them, sharpening them, and therefore become all of them, become the greatest expression of our gifts. This is the highest level of individuality, to become God-like in your gifts, in your talents. And once you become it, you become the source of abundance. Because gift, isn't it a reward from God? Isn't gift like something that reminds you of unexpected miracle? When you receive a gift that positively surprises you, it's like you would tap into God. It's like you would tap into this surprise state where unexpected good things are happening. And for example, that's how I feel when I'm painting. Many times I don't even know how to paint it. And then I get surprised when I see the finished painting. I had no idea I can make it. I believed I can. I believe that it can be possible, but I had no idea how it will happen. But in the meanwhile, while working on it, I just kept trusting that it will work out. Of course, in the past, my mind was too frequently interfering with the process, and then I failed it because I was keep thinking how to make it happen, and then I got frustrated and I've lost the sense of intuition. But then through, as I mentioned to you, I was working on it all day long, every single day. I just developed a sense of a skill for trusting, for surrendering to this stream that is guiding painting in front of me. And it is constantly surprising me. So why I'm saying this to you is only to remind you, like every single day I'm reminding you, Notice the gift, notice the talent of yours, and keep evolving it. And then make sure that your beliefs are not preventing you from taking action that could take you to the level of abundance. Because so many people believe, and especially artists, you don't need to be an artist, you can be an entrepreneur, you can be just whoever. So many people have this belief that if I raise my price, people will not buy it. And it may be true, people who used to buy your things will not buy it if you raise your price. But how can you get to people with more money if you don't raise your price? You need to know what's your targeting audience. What kind of people you want to inspire with your work. Even if you raise your price, you will still inspire those who don't have this amount of money. But at the same time, you will provide yourself an opportunity to make more. And obviously, at the beginning, you may lose a lot of potential clients, or you may lose a lot of opportunities that would bring to you little amounts of money that you've been used to. But if you keep opening up to these new higher possibilities, eventually you will open doors. Like I said, superposition. There's already a reality where you're making millions of dollars, or you're making whatever amount you want. And if you don't judge it, you stay open for it. You keep questioning it. You keep wondering about it. And you don't try to force time to show up or to show it up for you. You need to understand the function of time. The function of time is so things don't happen simultaneously, immediately. There's a sequence of events that is taking you to where you want to be. And this flow is taking you into any direction you're focusing on right now. And most people are focused on what they are believing to be true for them. And they never change a direction because they never change their belief systems. That's why when you start focusing on abundance, you also start to feel attracted towards certain people. And then if you don't shift your belief systems, if you don't open your mind, you will judge them. Oh, those are bad people. Oh, if I will listen to them, I will become bad, or something like that. Open up. See how they're thinking. You don't need to become like them, but you can learn from them. You can learn from everyone. That's why you don't need to judge anyone. You don't need to judge politics or anything. Just learn from everything. And then do your best to elevate the situation. So, learning not to judge things will actually help you to elevate your belief systems until you will recognize you don't need to believe into anything anymore because you've got yourself into a state of knowing. And state of knowing is a high intuitive state that can only be experienced in the present moment, knowing it's already real. The reality happens inside of you, not outside of you. So results outside of you are merely a reflection of your inner state. And once you truly recognize the truth behind these words, you start to know that it's more important how you look at things than how things are looking at you. It's more important to know how to look at things. And that's why our inner state matters more than anything, thoughts and emotions. To have practices that put us into a state of already having it. Thinking from the end was a teaching by Neville Goddard, like thinking as it's already done, thinking as it's already real, and then living your life. In Zen teachings, there was a lot about effortless action, effortless motion. Lao Tzu was a master of these teachings. And he was teaching the act of effortless motion, the effortless action, which so many people think it's like not doing anything. But he was constantly talking about doing things all day long, but doing it effortlessly because you're doing it with the flow. You're in the flow state. And the flow state is the richest state you can be in because it is constantly giving you guidance. knowledge, information, wisdom, everything comes to you. Book appears, a mentor appears, the right idea appears. You take action with it. You create some results. These results open some new doors too. And you just keep going. And you keep going and you keep going. And after a few years, your life may change completely. You need to know that your mind works completely uniquely due to your unique DNA. So your timing is unique to you. Don't compare yourself with others. Keep questioning your belief systems and stop judging circumstances. Because I've recognized as long as I was judging poverty, poverty was keep returning back to me. I've made some abundance, I've lost it. I've made some more abundance and I've lost it. Until I've stopped judging poverty, I've recognized I hated being poor, I hated being broke because I can't afford this or that. But then I've noticed when I was abundant, I got a bit lazy, I got a bit slower, and it put me out of the flow state. So the reason I needed to lose abundance sometimes was so I would recognize that even when abundance finds me, the purpose is still flow. So I'm not over obsessed by external circumstances. I stay true and devoted to the stream, to real me, verse in me, universe, right? Universe, sound. You stay tuned with the sound that is moving you. And this is hard to understand mentally, but if you close your eyes and really think with your heart, you will feel it. You will feel the sound that is moving you. Not if you're overthinking because you've been too distracted with too many things, but if you get back inside of you and recognize this sound, this inspiration, this sense is directing you towards something. And you need to do everything you can with it to expand the possibilities, to do what was not done before. This is the great secret, again, to abundance, to do what hasn't been done before. You see, what nature is doing, it's constantly finding new ways to grow. You can build a city, and if you will abandon it 20, 30 years from it, it will be rich with nature once again. Nature will just find its way to grow. Trees will grow, plants will grow. It just finds innovative ways to break what we've built so it can renew itself. So your job, if you want to tap into a frequency of abundance, also means to break old patterns and renew them with something fresh, something new. But in order to do it, you need to become good at your work. Like, for example, if I want to bring something completely new, something completely fresh into the world of art and humanity, I firstly need to learn the skill of painting, of any form, of any mixture, of, any color and all of that. And then I am able to create something completely new that was not done before. So one law says, in order to become unique, you firstly need to learn to copy others. As Picasso said so greatly, he said, you need to learn the rules so then you can break them like an artist, right? And that is a key to abundance. Learn the rules of whatever you're doing and then break them as a genius. And to break the rules, you need to follow your heart. You can't think like how to do something new here. You need to follow your guidance. And that's what will take you to the next level. So rather than being in the state of lack, it's not here yet, I don't know how will I pay my bills. Just do your best with what you have. Know what you want to do. If you don't know what you want to do, I always say to people, just improve your health. And while you will be improving your health, your energy levels will already rise to such a degree that you will start thinking more about also other creative possibilities for you. And that's when people start experiencing this first great breakthroughs for them. They just take them to the next level where they start noticing that, well, when they feel healthier, they also want to make their lives more richer, because they want to bring this energy that they've built for themselves also to others. And like Jay-Z said, I can't help the poor if I am one of them, right? It's just harder to help poor if you're one of them. So keep reminding yourself to raise yourself up. Improve your health, improve your sleep, improve your mindset through loving action. It's not hating yourself into changing yourself. It's loving yourself into changing yourself. It's noticing the parts of you don't like and accepting them. Noticing the parts of you that maybe it took you out of consistency with working out. And instead of hating you for being like that, love yourself for being like that. Accept yourself. Okay, this is my flaw. This is my error. And I'm going back. I'm going back into the flow. And the difference is that when you have this loving attitude, it just becomes easier. If you're facing with addiction, loving attitude means that, well, when you break certain agreement you had with yourself, instead of hating yourself, with acceptance, knowing, well, it happened, next time I will be more aware. You get back into the flow. It doesn't mean you start tolerating falling out, but you develop a sense of loving attitude towards yourself. And you need to understand, look, you're on such a long path of human evolution of consciousness. What is 1 year on this trajectory, right? What is 1 year on this path? What is 5 years on this path? It's nothing, but in 5 years you can change everything. So find this abundance within you. Recognize what's already in abundance. Tap into it. And know that what you feel intuitively can only be done through you. I know that the art that I'm making, only I can do it. And therefore it's unique. Therefore its value is incredible. And it is keep rising. It's keep rising. So to anyone who's invested into it, well, its value is rising, my friends. Thank you so much for everyone watching this. I hope you found a great value in today's video. Let me know in the comment section what helps you to get into a state of abundance what helps you the most effectively. For me, it's meditation, to get into a state where I feel the presence of the reality I would love to manifest. I love to play with reality. Then it's working, it's doing, it's painting, it's being in the flow state, then it's nature, then it's working out, and good company. Don't be surrounded with people who are constantly pulling you down. Create a circle of people that will be actually pulling you up, and you will be pulling up them. It's very important. I found out, well, I just can't be surrounded with people who are not willing to grow. I can't be. I have nothing to talk with them. So let me know what's your tool to get into a state of abundance, and maybe share some success stories in the comment section, because it will inspire many people. Thank you so much, and thanks to everyone for supporting my art in our store, AttractPassion.com, or Etsy store, AttractPassion. And also thanks to everyone for joining our Patreon community for more exclusive content, AttractPassion. Links are in the description of this video. And my friends, till next time, one love.